And we're live.
Am I on? Am everything going well?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Here we are.
Here we are. This took us quite a second.
It did.
Honestly, maybe a month.
Yeah.
I'd say of all the test runs, of all the getting everything together.
We finally have our studio. And
which is my bedroom.
Mm-hmm. And a good camera and good company.
And we're ready to KiKi about it.
We're ready to let's KiKi.
So to start us off.
We're gonna do a little bit of a toast with I got us a sweet Riesling.
Okay.
So a little bit of ASMR real quick. So yeah, let's talk about it. So the last demo session we recorded, I was trying to play it back in my car, and you were coming in on one side and I was coming in on the other. So it felt like two people were having a conversation around me. That is a glass. But
it's
you
a nice
know,
stemless wine glass.
GarageBand just was difficult, I guess, for me to figure out the sound situation, and then you were having some camera situations. But you know, the 4 people that know about this that are really excited and ready to hear about it, we're here, girls. So let's KiKi.
Let's KiKi about it.
Cheers.
Let's talk a little bit about ourselves. Let's introduce ourselves to everybody.
Okay. Start us off.
My name is Alex. My name is Alex. I'm 22. We live in Dallas. We're little Texas girls. I'm born and raised here.
Me too, technically. Yeah. I had a cute little episode of the beginning of my life in Oklahoma. But then, came here. So it was just...
It was a short 20-minute episode.
It was a short phase
and season
of my
2,
life.
so unimportant.
Yeah. My dad and my aunts will talk about it sometime. The last time we had dinner, they were like, oh yeah, ha ha. I remember when you were born and I picked you up and took you home. And I was like, I literally don't even know what Oklahoma looks like. There's trees, right? And no phone service and OU. That's all I know.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's all I need to know.
Exactly. Never going back.
Yeah. Anyway, so you're Alex and you're 22.
Mm-hmm.
And you live in Dallas. What else?
What else should I say? What else do they need to know? I feel like we're going to get to know each other so well.
Yeah. So what... Okay, so I'll introduce myself. I'm Skylar, aka Sky. Okay, you guys can call me Sky. We're on friend basis right now. And I'm 24. A gasp. We hear a gasp. Yeah. Sound effect. Dun dun dun. Soon to be 25. Boo. In April. Oh, happy 2024, by the way.
Is this the first time I've seen you this year?
Yeah. Remember when we said see you next year?
See you next year. Here it is. That was a week ago, but here it is.
I haven't seen you since last year.
How have you been?
It's been
How's
so
it going?
long. You've changed.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've really been, the year has really gotten to me.
Yeah. I can tell. In a good way.
Thank you.
In a good way.
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you. I've really been putting the work this year.
Yeah.
Healing. You know what I mean?
Right. Resolutions kicking in full speed.
Right. Exactly.
Let's start off with, before we KiKi, which we're KiKiing right now. It's all a KiKi, right? I'm going to overuse that word.
Go ahead.
It's fine. Let's start with what you were talking about earlier. Let's go into what has been your song? What's been your song this week?
Okay, so would you know this? I'm not a music head. I wish I was. I just recently got Spotify. I think I told you about that.
Welcome.
Thank you.
New year, new me.
It's because I was the psychopath who would sit in the car and listen to the same song the whole car ride because it's too much effort for me to find a different song to play. I don't make playlists because it just takes too long. I'll like the same like 4 songs for a week, and then I'm over it, and I don't need to hear that song. And so then that's why playlists just don't work for me, because then like it's always like I only like the end of the playlist. You know?
I feel like what I like to do is find a song I like and like shuffle that radio and hear similar songs.
That's why I got Spotify.
Yeah.
Because Apple Music doesn't really do that.
Of course they don't.
Yeah. Okay.
You know. Sponsored by Apple Music.
No, they don't. And it is, and I don't know. I just think Spotify is better for people who are not, and I guess it's good for people who like music too, but it's easier for me to find more music and listen to more music using Spotify than Apple Music. So
I want to know what your Apple Music Wrapped look like. Well, I don't know what it's called.
Oh, yeah. We have one. We can talk about it.
Yeah.
We can KiKi about it.
Yeah. But right now, your favorite song.
So my song of the week. So for New Year's, I went on a little trip and to see one of my roommates from college. And what's funny is everyone there uses Apple Music.
Oh, in West Texas?
Yeah. I always thought like, oh, like we just are the same. We use Apple Music because everyone else uses Spotify. But then when I went there, literally everyone uses Apple Music.
That's weird.
It's so odd how it works. But you can follow each other on both too. So I guess it makes sense. Like if everyone that you know uses one thing, like you would use it.
Yeah. Also, I guess a plus of Apple Music would be all the songs that you bought back when you bought songs.
That's why I had Apple Music.
But I don't like that version of myself. Like I wanted to be, I just kind of went, my taste in music was so just Disney core only.
Yeah, but it's cute.
Yeah.
Like some days I want to just bop that. But you can still do it on Spotify. You can just shuffle that radio. So it's like, I don't need the stuff that I like paid money for, but I'll always have the stuff that I paid money for because I own it now. So
remember when you could like download like MP3s and like save them to GarageBand and like not buy them, but then you could go and you could like edit it and put your own cover photo on there. You could like make it look like the album, but you download it as like MP3 off of like a website.
I don't think I ever did that.
Oh, it's definitely illegal. So me neither. But I heard about it.
Right. No, I definitely had like paying the $1.29 for a song.
Do you remember your first song you ever bought?
No. I remember like my first few. It was "What the Hell" by Avril Lavigne.
Love it.
Some Britney Spears song.
Toxic?
No.
Circus?
No, it was none of the like OGs. It was like when she was going through her like rebranding phase. And it was my ringtone. Also, "What the Hell" is my ringtone for a second too. Because when you would buy the song, you could buy the package where you could get it as the song and the ringtone. Yeah. But my mom, I remember being in like 3rd grade, that when my phone would ring, it would be, "All my life I was good right now." And so now my mom was like, "You cannot have 'What the Hell' playing." You
were like, "What the hell?"
No,
why
literally,
not?
I would just say, "What the? What
the hell?" Yeah.
No, it was.
You want to know something cheesy? Is that when, along with the, what was it? Haven't found it yet.
Find it. Not that.
I like that. "I'm a slave for you."
Yeah.
With the little snake. Oh, iconic.
It's such a cute Halloween costume, but now it's overdone.
It is. So. If I ever go blonde again, I will definitely be the one to overuse it.
Yeah.
It's just,
it is cute.
Anything to look good on Halloween, honestly.
For real.
If you're judging.
Dude. Okay, we'll get it. We'll talk about that later. Basically, all that being said, Sev, my roommate from college, way more of a music head, and she was playing this song called "Self-Love" from Spider-Man. Spider-Man's her favorite Marvel situation.
Person, yeah.
And it's a Metro Boomin song, and it's so good.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like we'll get copyrighted if we play it.
Metro Boomin and Coi Leray.
Oh, okay, cool. So my song of the week, I've kind of just ever since the eras, I've just been on Taylor Swift. Every now and then I'll play like there was this one song, it's like alternative-ish. It's called like Del Water Gap or something like that. They're like an alternative. There's like one song I'm playing by them. I can't remember what it's called. But Taylor Swift. So right after that, I was really into Mastermind because you showed it to me, and then also Illicit Affairs, you know? Except I would go to TikTok and watch the edits of like the one where she's on stage. But right now, I'm still on Gold Rush, and I'm on Willow. I'm on Willow.
So...
And Getaway Car. Yeah. Sorry. And yeah, there's a lot more.
You're like, so Reputation, love.
Yeah.
So Scott, you've always been a Taylor Swift fan, but you like, it is common that people kind of fell off as we got a little bit older.
Yeah. She was like my idol when I was younger. So I started playing guitar because of her.
Yes.
Remember I told you I have the blue guitar. Mm-hmm. And I listened to her all the way up until... I honestly couldn't tell you. It was probably like high school, and I stopped. It wasn't because I didn't like her.
Yeah.
I just don't remember. Like, it wouldn't have been because I was getting hate because Justin Bieber. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
If you can go through that, you can go through anything.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't like a... Anyways. And also One Direction.
Yeah.
No one wanted to date me in high school.
No, it's okay.
I wore their shirts to school.
And that's totally okay. You had like the school supplies. My mom was like, those are too expensive now.
I did have the One Direction spiral notebook.
But I didn't see. I wanted it bad too. No, it's okay. And that's what I'm saying. Like, everyone had their... I feel like that's...
And I might have had a Harry Styles poster in my closet with kissy faces all over it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just part of it.
But so Sky, though, is getting... I've
back
always...
into it.
Yes.
And I had to start at 1989. And I say 1989 because obviously everyone heard the hit songs. But I would say that's where I, like, had stopped. But then now listening through it, especially Taylor's version is cool, which I've heard mixed things about that. Some people don't like how she recorded it for whatever reason.
Some songs are better the original, but I mean,
listening through like the entire album and not just like Welcome to New York, you know, but just so like starting there and then all the way through, and you know.
But let's talk about how
Reputation.
I definitely fell off after 1989 also. And I think I was in middle school when I fell off. But then when Lover came out, I was like a senior in high school. Or maybe a junior, something like that. I was like towards the end-ish of high school. And I did like Lover. I was never like a crazy... Like, I really liked Taylor Swift as a kid. But I liked like Kelly Clarkson as a kid. And I liked...
Yeah, Carrie Underwood.
Lady Gaga. Like a lot of, you know, like the...
Katy Perry.
People. Yeah. And then I remember I was babysitting one night and there was nothing else to put on and the kid had already gone to bed. And so I put on the Reputation movie. And that's whenever I was like, this was in 2019. And I was like, holy shit, that was amazing. And so then I went on a rabbit hole for like months and I stayed up all night watching her live on YouTube. And so I've been like plugged in ever since. And I remember telling you, dude, it's
gotta go
good.
See it.
It's good. And you were like, I believe you. I just haven't like... You know, I'm doing other things, and then I'm so excited for you because now you're finally...
I'm back here, baby. I'm back in it.
And now you're reliving.
I'm back in them better.
Willow is so good. And Gold Rush is so good, but, like, Emma does not... Like, that's not one of her favorites.
I don't like a Gold Rush. Gold Rush. I like that whole album.
Dude.
It's so good. And
Evermore
hearing her
so
talk
good.
about her, like, her thought process when writing that... And, like, not, like, because she switched into it. Okay, you know what? I'm kind of tired of just writing about stuff I'm going to create a story.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I'm getting chills right now. Just, like, the whole, like, I don't know. It's just the way that she words things. Like, the book I'm reading right now, where it's, like, I would be like, yo, that flower fell off that tree. And then she's like... The petals collapsed into the and
literally,
and they landed in a flurry red bliss.
And it made me feel this like angst inside, and I just burned for like crazy shit.
No,
like
and I listened to it, and I'm like, I don't even. She'll say one sentence, and I'm like, I didn't even know that word existed.
Evermore. What the hell does that even mean? I like the idea that she was like, I'm going to name this whole album Evermore.
But then there's one song I think in the album before where she says Evermore.
Mm-hmm.
Tay Tay. Let's KiKi about it.
No, she's crazy.
Do you think that now that people have this idea, and this is no hate at all, but now that people have the idea of like she's always connecting things, that when she makes something new, she goes back and listens and she's like, maybe I should put this little thing in here to keep it going of like
I think
connecting things.
For sure. I think at the point that she's at now, yeah. I think that like, because she's like Beyonce, like they have nothing to prove anymore. They've already proved it. And like they have their ride or dies.
Yeah.
I do think like it's a little bit scary because I do think like people can fall off easier now than they could then. Because there's like, it's so easy for people to like, I don't want to say get famous, but it's easy for people to be discovered and like, for there to be the new, like, that person's so talented, so crazy. But I think that like now the like big thing is like connecting with your fan bases.
Oh, yeah.
And so I think she does it now for sure because she's not trying to prove anything. She's more of just trying to like have a good time with the people who support her.
Which is great.
For sure. And I think that that's what, I know that the re-recording was like legal stuff too. She's trying to own her own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think that that was like, that is totally, it's fun for people who are like, who get to relive like when 1989 came out.
Yeah.
Like reliving when like Fearless came out. You know what I mean?
The amount of times I've listened to Welcome to New York thinking of us in New York in a few weeks
is crazy.
Is that cheesy?
No, because I'm going to make a TikTok to that.
I thought about that too.
When
like
we're
on the train.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
Out the window. Welcome to New York.
And then Panda it's been waiting for you.
Us off of mimosas.
Yeah. So a little segue into, we are going to New York and DC in
3 weeks.
3 weeks? Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
Mama.
We're going for my 23rd birthday. I am 22, but I am turning 23.
And we're super excited about it.
I'm actually, like, truthfully, I am over the moon. And I am never that over the moon for my birthday. I always want it to be something better than I think what it is.
I feel like you get super excited about, you get super excited about other people's birthdays.
Oh, for sure.
But I also feel like you're the type of person where if you're not going to get too excited about, because I'm the same way. You're not too excited about your birthday, but if other people aren't excited about your birthday, day absolutely ruined. If I don't wake up and have 20 messages on my phone.
And like videos made about me.
I just don't really care about it. Yeah, but like we want to take you out and like, because we care about you, you know?
Yes.
And I'll trick you too. I just don't really feel like anything. Well, we already planned this for you, so because we love you so much.
Yeah.
I feel like we're the same in that way.
No, literally. I do love other people's birthdays because it's fun. And I do care about people in my life. But like my own birthday, I think is like,
you shouldn't have to plan anything for your own birthday.
No, but it's, I struggle because I am such a particular person. I'll be honest. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I really want to buy these decorations because I know what vibe I want to do. And I'm like, it's not that I care about my birthday, but like, I'll be honest, Instagram seep into my brain.
Yeah.
And I turn into like, what would be really cute for like my feed. And
right.
It's that more than it is like, I want to celebrate me. Like it's more of that. So like Devin's birthday, when we did the whole house thing, like if I were her, I would have been like, but like, I would have been like, well, no, that's not true. I would have been over the moon.
Yeah,
probably.
For sure. And Devin is not like, this is just not going to look good on my Instagram.
No.
She's like, I see the White Claws over there. And I'm fucking ecstatic.
I'd rather do that before we hit the piñata.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was like, well, there's more stuff in the trunk. Yeah. We're like, well, did you see? I saw it. I really love it.
And this is my favorite song. Thanks, guys. Anyways.
Yeah.
Whereas I'd be like, you guys knew that was my favorite song.
You start crying.
I'll be honest. I won't be surprised if I cry.
On your birthday?
I won't be surprised if I cry on this trip. I've never been to DC. You've never been to DC?
Or New York.
I've been to New York a few times, but I'm the only one out of the group who's been to New York, which is cool, but at the same time I'm happy because we're doing a lot of things that I've never done.
Mm-hmm. My nail guy today was like, I was telling him about the trip, and I got my nails done because I had him last time. He goes for the 49ers. So he painted it. He goes, what a pretty color. I go, thank you, go Birds. Him and the lady next to me went.
Yeah.
But the lady next to me was nice. She was funny. She was just there to KiKi, let's be honest. But, you know, I told him, I was like, oh, haha. Like, he was like, oh, I remember you now. I was like, yeah, you do. I said, 49ers are doing great,
I'm the weird girl who lives in Dallas, but for some reason supports Philly.
So I was born in Oklahoma. So really, I'm not like affiliated with the team by birth. You know, like coming into this world, I had the opportunity to create my own sense
totally but when did we start with this whole Eagles situation? I think it was Super Bowl year, right? right?
And it was this year.
It's okay.
I'm going to be honest. No. I started caring about it this year when Devin said, do you want to play fantasy football? And I said, is there money involved? And absolutely.
Pretty sure, like, was it whenever you were screaming at us in the Uber? Wasn't that before the beach trip and like before?
No, but we were already planning it. So I'd already started doing my research.
Oh, okay. Totally.
But I'm going to be honest. I'm not like die hard. I don't really care that much.
Right.
But I do love the Eagles, but I obviously love the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes. Yeah. And I don't, like, there's not really a team that I hate other than teams that I just feel really bad for. Like, when are you ever going to win? My dad had a lot of teams that he went for. Like, he always kind of roots for the Cowboys, but this year and last year, he's going for the Bills. Like, my dad is very, there was never, like, there was one year where I can't remember what team we were going for, but I had, like, the colors. I want to say it was, like, the 49ers. I don't know. My dad is kind of weird about depending on the people that are affiliated with the team. Like, he knows a lot about it. He kind of, like, he always goes for the Cowboys, but he's like, this year, like, this is my low-key favorite team.
That's how I am, because I am more of a players fan than I am a teams fan. Just Dallas is like home is
where the heart is. And I love that.
Exactly. But let me tell you, let Joe Burrow play the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Let him.
Baby.
Let him. I'll say, Dad, you need to be quiet.
Yeah.
You can talk about anybody else.
Your shirt is reversible. You take it off, you turn it over. It's just his name.
Literally. You can talk about literally anybody else.
Yeah.
Where I struggle is when it's like, because I love Joe Burrow, I love Lamar Jackson, I love Pat, obviously. I love Josh Allen.
Yeah, my dad does too.
Whenever like the Bills play the
my
Ravens,
dad's obsessed with that
struggle. I don't know who I want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, if Cincinnati plays Dallas, yeah, I mean, Dallas is home. And I love Jalen Hurts. I do. And I want to see Jalen Hurts succeed. I don't know why. And I do think maybe it's a little bit because I'm from here. But like, something about the goddamn Eagles, I just cannot stand them.
Yeah.
Washington, though.
But it's kind of like the Seahawks and the 49ers. Like, there are some teams like that they just hate each other.
Yeah.
It's just
well, we're in the same division,
but I think it's like all about camaraderie. At the end of the day, like, just having like, it's just like history, and like we love these people when we've always disliked these people, so it just that just is part of the fun of what makes it
for
so
sure.
Like,
because I will say it was funny that you were when we went to the Cowboys and Eagles game, that you were a Philly fan.
Yeah.
And we were, because you were making
and
all these friends. And let me just say,
this year, next year, who knows? But I've picked. No. I'm saying as far as like how good we do.
Oh.
I've stuck by it. I look really good in the color. And you know what? I think
what is the color of it that you kept saying?
Kelly green. Yeah. But like more of like this color, what they've been wearing.
Right.
But what I'm saying is that like I think like from what I've heard and what I've researched, like their fan base over there, like they're all like really crazy and fiery, and like the Aries in me loves that. Like how quick I am to say that I'm gonna throw hands. We've never actually seen me do it, and I wouldn't.
No, but you'll talk mad shit about it.
Right. I may throw a shoulder into you. Okay, we've been there.
Like that girl at the bar.
I stick up for my homies. I stick up for the people on my side. All of that to say, you know what? I did my research. I also took the NFLquiz.com, and it gave me them.
Did you do this at work?
Yes. And you know what? This is what I've chosen. You just always throw me shade, but you have to realize at the end of the day.
I understand how you can like be that when you just live here. That's my beef with it.
But I haven't grown up living here, and my family, like, they're not big city people. I didn't like visit Dallas a lot either. And when I was a kid growing up, I mean, I would watch, but it was more because like there were snacks. And you know what? I'm gonna stick beside it.
You know, there's a school in Texas and their mascot's a unicorn.
That's awesome.
Could you imagine being on a football team in a huddle and you're like, unicorns, get together.
Like, ow, you pulled me in the eye.
Unicorns on 3.
1, 2, 3. Unicorn. Anyways, off of football, we're going to New York.
Mm-hmm.
We should stop. Just kidding. We should stop by.
Stop by.
Go Birds.
Philly, though, is a sick city.
I've never been. I
I'll
would
be
like
honest,
to.
Like,
I really want to go. Like, not even talking about sports anymore. It would just be cool to go to like every big city, every state. Like, I'm so excited. Like, that's why I haven't been big on like I have to go here. I have to go here. I'm going to New York. What the fuck?
no, it is. I'm so excited. I'm so excited because I think that. I hope y'all like it. I think that y'all like it for a vacation for sure. I think when we leave, remember, because I really want to move there. Like, I think when we go, we'll have fun. But I definitely think
Does your mom go for the Cowboys?
My mom couldn't give a shit about sports.
Oh, okay, cool. I just thought maybe there was like a cute family rivalry where she was like, I go for a, okay.
My mom will fall asleep and then wake up and be like, yeah. And my dad will be like, we're losing. She'll go, oh. I mean, let's go.
No, I saw something on my phone.
No, like, for real.
Work canceled Monday. Yeah.
For real. She does not
whatever
care
works.
At all.
You know, whatever works.
But I do think when we go to New York, I think that we'll have fun and I think that all y'all will like it. I feel like you'll be like,
oh, girl.
Yeah.
We're going to digest.
Yeah.
We're going to love it. I'm excited. It's always been on my bucket list. I've always wanted to go to Broadway.
We're big Gossip Girl fans, too, so we are going to the Empire State Building to see where Chuck asked Blair to meet him to, like, declare his love for her, but then Dorota had her baby, and Blair was late. I'm also very fresh on this because I'm watching it right now.
I was going to say, I don't remember that. Chuck did a lot of stuff.
You know what I mean? He did.
The way that in real life, me and Chuck, I'd go for a Nate in real life, if I'm being honest.
Oh, hell no. Chuck could eat me up.
Oh, word.
Nate is too whiny for me. That's why I don't like him. I like how Chuck will be like, Chuck was a little bit immature, like emotionally immature.
Yeah.
But he would even say that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And that to me is like more man. Whereas Nate would just be like, well, Serena, whenever you're ready, I'm here.
Oh, I would eat that up. Chuck would be like, he would make me mad, and then he'd be like, but I'm sorry. Meet me at the bus stop at 8. I would be like, don't fucking tell me what to do. I don't know. Maybe I like Nate because I feel like I am more of like a Serena type. And I
want to be like Serena though.
A little bit delulu sometimes. Is she?
Yeah.
Maybe I need to rewatch it. Okay, maybe I need to be a Dorota. I don't really know.
Let you take my boyfriend's virginity at my own damn birthday party.
Okay, yeah, no.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No. I remember that. Okay.
Are you kidding me?
You know what? You know what? I think that I would be a Lily. Kind of annoying, but like you feel a little bit bad for her.
Honestly, no one in that show. Maybe Blair, but Blair also has really big insecurity issues too. So really, it's
Dorota.
You know what? Because Dorota met Vanya and she said, "You're the one I want."
Ride or die.
Ride or die, and they stay together the whole damn show. There's no way this show could air right now, and Chuck would have as many people supporting him as people do because he kind of is a really shit person.
Oh yeah. When it comes to shows, I like things like New Girl because I can start Vampire Diaries and Gossip Girl and da. But I just kind of like shows with a good time. Like I like to laugh. Like I like Friends. I like New Girl. Yeah. Fill her up. Like I can watch shows like that. Like I started Gilmore Girls. And I really liked it and it was so cute and I was watching it for a while and then I just fell off.
I think Gilmore Girls moved a little bit too slow for me. Like I couldn't.
I just don't know what it is. I start shows and I can't finish them if they're too like deep. Like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
Watching shows though is very hard for me these days. It's not. I think that there's too many shows. It's funny because I was talking about this with my parents last night actually, because they were talking about like, well, what do we watch? And I was like, don't you think that it's a little bit harder to pick something to watch because there's so many things to watch?
Yeah.
Like when Netflix first came out, I think I was a sophomore in high school, but it was only Netflix. Mm-hmm. Like, it was the only streaming service. So, and it had Gossip Girl on it. It had Vampire Diaries on it. It had One Tree Hill on it, 90210. Mm-hmm. And I watched, like, it had a lot of shows. Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, Grey's Anatomy.
See,
So sad.
I could only commit to 2 at a time. Just because, like, just time. Like, time and, like, attention. So I watched Gossip Girl and Vampire Diaries, and then Vampire Diaries led me into the originals, which the originals is worlds better than Vampire Diaries.
Really? Never got that far.
But I tried One Tree Hill. I did get pretty far, but I just kind of fell off. I tried. I did watch a lot of 90210, but kind of fell off. There's like, you know, a lot of shows like that, but now it's just my time is so much more restricted now, so it's harder for me to put on a show and just watch the show. Like, I'm always gonna do something else during it, but then I get annoyed because then I don't know what's going on, so I just always resort to like
background noise shows like New Girl, Friends,
or I put on Gossip Girl because I've already seen it.
I
put on Vampire Diaries because I've already seen it, so I can like pay attention when I want to, but I know what's going on.
That's kind of how I am with shows, and I've heard that from a lot of people. Don't you think that that's kind of weird? Does that kind of go, I don't want to get like deep, but does that kind of go to show like how messed up our brains are? Like, we're doing something, we're working on something, but we put something in the background just because it's there, and it's,
I don't know, because part of me thinks it's just because we're adults. Like, I was a kid when Netflix first came out, so like I would go to school and then come home and like I could watch TV. Like, now it's like I'm working all the time. Like, I have things I have to do and like think about and like take care of. Like, we grocery shop now, we cook now, we, you know,
right,
what I mean?
but I'm
like,
saying like instead of just doing it with music or nothing, to have something there in the background.
I don't know, maybe some people like music more than shows. Some people like podcasts more.
That's
some
true.
People listen to audiobooks. Like, I don't think that that's different. I think that like the whole like attention though and like time, I truthfully think it's just because we're not kids. Like, we just have more things that we have to do.
Yeah.
So like it's not the same as like I can just wallow here and watch TV all weekend. Like, I'm thinking about like, okay, well, tomorrow's Sunday and I have to do all these things to get ready for the week, and then what are my projects coming up for the week, and then how do I want to divvy out, what am I going to eat for lunch, what am I going to, whereas as a kid we didn't think about those things.
Dear God, yeah.
That's I don't know.
I mean, that you hit the nail on the head, man. Have you noticed that after a long break, going back to work makes you feel kind of like, not like depressed, but just kind of like, it just feels weird. Like, when I take long breaks from work and then I go back, I have like a down week where I'm like, I don't know, I can't explain it. It's just weird.
We were talking about that at work too, because we were talking about people who are teachers. It's hard to like leave work for 6 weeks and then to come back, and then you work for so long and then you leave for 2 weeks and then come back, and then you work for so long and then you leave for a week and then you come back and then you leave for so long and then you're back to the 6 weeks. Like, I was like, no, I kind of agree that like, I think if I had those breaks like that, it would make it kind of harder.
Yeah.
Whereas like we're kind of always in this groove.
Yeah, I agree.
So, but I was saying like about the even planning trips, like I finally watched Saltburn. It took me a while to get there, but I remember being like, I'm going to save it for the weekend. I cannot watch anything on the weeknights. I don't have time to I fully focus and watch. I don't have time. So I was like, I'm going to save it for the weekend. Well, then I was like, I have to order clothes for this trip. I have to have my brain on that. So I was like, I want to put that movie on, but I can't.
You're not going to devote all your attention to it.
I can't do both. Yeah. So I had to order, like, pay attention to that. And then, like, even that takes up my, like, brain attention. Mm-hmm. What am I going to pack? What do I already have? So then what do I need? What do I want to wear? What do I...
It's a lot. Yeah, watching a crossover episode, packing for Florida.
But that's all. Oh my
God, Hannah Montana's at the Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
And like when my mom had to shop for us, it was like, okay, we're going to the beach, so you need a swimsuit, a towel,
and some shorts,
and they were the same shorts, just different colors. Mm-hmm. You need a shirt, the same shirt, just different color. You know, so it was.
But I also think like now, kind of like the era we're in, there's just like a more emphasis on clothes. Like the people, like when we were in middle school versus the kids in middle school now, it's different.
That's so
like it's the same in the way that they're still just wearing whatever is like the trendiest, because like back then it was just like, remember we talked about this, how you would wear like the sweatpants and Uggs and it was like the lazy day dressing up, or like the plaid shorts and but like it was still all cool and you looked cool because you were trending, but it was like I just feel like we didn't like fashion just wasn't as cool, or like just wasn't as and maybe it's just the time that that was the style, because like looking back and seeing like Miley, like all those people from when we were younger and like what they wore, like denim skirts over like leggings and but that was cool back.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, two things. I saw a girl on TikTok talking about this, and she was saying stores like Limited 2 and Justice and like Delia's and those kind of stores are going out of business because of like social media. Kids are growing up faster, so they're skipping that preteen phase.
Which that makes sense.
So they're trying to look older than they are. We went through that like
preteen awkward phase. Yeah.
Yes. And they were saying that kids these days are trying to skip that, which I do think that that's true. I do think it's also different simply just because we're adults. Like, when you were a kid, like, we just cared about different things.
Yeah.
And
I always cared about clothes.
I did too, but I wasn't buying my own clothes.
Yeah.
So, like, at the end of the day, I could spruce this up as much as I can. To, like, how I want, but I don't have a job. I don't have income, so I'm not going out and, like, buying my own stuff. It was more of, like, my mom was going to take me to JCPenney, and I could pick out of JCPenney. You know what I mean?
You get 2 shirts.
Yeah, and choose wisely type of thing. Whereas now it's like I have like
mama's gonna buy what mama wants to buy.
Yeah.
Which it's empowering but also very, very stressful sometimes.
For sure. I am not proud of my spending habits.
The first step is
acknowledging
there we go.
That I have a problem. I am not proud of it. It's kind of a free-for-all for me. Like, I put my money away in savings, and then the rest of it is just like a...
all right.
Whatever I want. And so I assessed it, and then I was like, okay, we gotta... It was the day I texted all of y'all, and I was like, guys, I fear I have an actual issue. Because before I just thought, like, no, I'm just being loose, you know? I had a $25 gift card to Sephora. I needed more of my Bum Bum cream. And... I wanted to refill my Summer Fridays. Okay, that's all I wanted to do. And even then, I was like, I'm gonna have to pay more because the Bum Bum cream was like $50.
Yeah.
And then the whatever. Tell me why I spent $130 at Sephora. $130 at Sephora. I couldn't even. It was crazy, Sky. I couldn't even help myself.
No, I know. I've been in there with you.
I purposely was like, don't look around. Go get what you need to get in line. Go get what you need to get in line. It was like. It's an addiction. I had zero control. I found myself at the Merit booth, and I bought a new eyebrow gel and this sick mascara. It's so cute. And then I saw Rare Beauty had like hand cream, and I was like, I have to try it. So I spent fucking $130 at Sephora when I said I was only getting the things that I needed.
Do we feel like that's standing on business in 2024?
No.
All right.
The way that I was like, I'll deal with this later. Like, that's literally what plays in my head. Is like, I don't even like. It's literally like I don't care. I want it. Like that's all I can.
Yeah.
And then there was a lady in line behind me, and she was buying the Summer Fridays lip balm that I have, and she was like holding 2 of them, and I was like, oh my god, I have that one, and it. Oh, I said I have 2 of those, but I have them in those 2 colors over there. And she went and grabbed them, and so now she's holding 4. And she's like, okay, like, oh, you like it? I'm telling you all about it. And then she goes, I don't know, like, which one I should get. And I go, you should just get all 4.
Right. Yeah, I know that's right.
And I encouraged this woman to spend $100 on lip balm, and she did.
Spreads like wildfire, folks.
Bruh. So bad.
It is bad, but it's also very hilarious from this side. Sorry. To go to Ulta with you is a movie. I'm not gonna lie.
The way that like
the way that I went in for something and you left with like 6 things. You just went with me for moral support.
I did.
Yeah.
No, you literally were like, do you want to go?
And then
I was like,
but
sure.
then you made me do my first ever video on TikTok. It was a haul.
And
it was very fun.
Isn't it so fun to talk about this stuff you got? Dude, it's so bad. It
is
so bad how I just drive so much joy.
I have like a time wasting problem. So like I'm not like a big spender, but I'll go get like 6 tacos and just like chill. Is like my problem. But I wish that I had.
Ooh, low key Taco Casa kind of sounds really good right now.
Can we go after?
No, like low key.
Can we?
I haven't had Taco Casa in like years. No, but like.
No, but my toxic habit is just like to chill. Like the way that sometimes y'all FaceTime me, I don't feel like answering just because I'm laying on the couch. I really need to be careful and get my gym game up. No, all jokes aside, I do spend too much sometimes, and so I get that. But like yours is to the point where it's like you just like you will just see something. Because consumerism has gotten to you.
I can't. The whole idea of like, do I need it, does not exist in my head.
The I need it goes through your head. I've heard you say out loud. I've been next to you at Ulta. You're holding two things. You go, but do I need it? And then I'll be like, well, no. And you're like, well, because like I've tried the white, but like, what if the pink looks better? Like it's it's not the like, what do you ask yourself? It's like the way you talk yourself out of if you ask. Like, do you know what I mean? That's what
I'm saying. No, like I'm saying I ask myself, do I need it? But
it's
like
giving
to me,
like
definition of need is not actually what need means.
It's sounding like you should be like a defense attorney. Just talk people out of what is right. I find
any reason to. Yeah. No, it is so.
And you know what? It's just, but like you live and you learn. And
I'm happy that I'm learning that about this. I'm learning this about myself now before I.
But also right now, like you kind of can be that way.
That's also I can't tell if I have an actual problem.
I don't think so.
I'm just succumbing to like.
It's just like it's chill right now.
It's just ridiculous.
It is. It's too easy to spend money.
It's ridiculous.
We're just little mice running around in a little trap looking for cheese.
But I love, and that's the thing too.
But you love that cheese.
I do. It's so good. And the way that like if I'm in a bad
sharp
mood,
cheddar.
But the way that like if I'm in a bad mood.
No, I know.
Buying something.
No, I know.
Flips me.
I'm on the other end of that phone call, babe.
Immediately. Yeah. I'm over the moon.
I know. Remember when you called me and I was sad? Okay, you guys, I was having one of the like worst days of like a quarter of the year, and I was on FaceTime with Devin, and we have like, it's weird that we have group chats. Like we have me, you, and Devin, and then I'm sure there's like Devin, you, and Lauren, and then there's all four of us, and then we just have, depending on what the topic is, there's just different groups of like the friends, right?
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyways, Devin and I were on FaceTime. It was just like me crying to her for like 5 hours straight. And you FaceTime me and I was like, well, I'm in the FaceTime with Devin, just join it. And so you joined it and you were like, you guys, I've had the best day ever. I just spent like $500 at Urban Outfitters and I'm about to do a haul for you guys. And
I was trying so hard.
You were, but you were like, and I was visibly like, no, it's really cute. You're like, Sky, I'm so sorry. I just had like the best day. But you ended up like, but I will say though that after that FaceTime I felt a little bit better.
No, I wasn't like trying to rub in my good mood, but I was like, I'm truthfully on cloud nine right now. Yeah. I got the cutest stuff and I can't.
But it's good that you can be that way because you're not like, some people like absorb the energy of the people around them and then they're that way. That's kind of how I am. But you can still be like how you're being regardless of the moods around you. So it actually helped bring my mood up.
Okay, I was worried you were going to be like, why would she get on this call and just rub in my face how happy she is?
No, I don't get like that. Like if someone sat around me,
like I was sorry. Like I'm not trying to. I'm
very much so like absorb the energy that's around you involuntarily. Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is a personality flaw I've learned. Yeah,
probably because if you surround yourself with negative people, that's a little bit scary.
Yeah. Let's get key about it.
Anyways.
So like what you're talking about is like having to work and not just like having a full-time job, 9 to 5, having to work for money instead of just like being a nepo baby.
For sure.
That is surrounding yourself with negativity.
For sure.
I'd like to be that person that's like, you know what? Like it's empowering to work for my money and to like, but I feel like if you're doing something you like,
can I be honest though? I do feel that way.
With your job right now?
I feel like...
That's why I want to be a realtor because it's like how hard you work is how much you make. Not like I come in here and do sometimes a lot more or sometimes a lot less.
Well, I think the difference though is like I work... So like I have my corporate job and then I also do freelance jobs. So...
Which that's
and
cool.
then so
but that's good because it's like it's your interests and it's like you don't have to do that. So in that way it is empowering.
Yeah.
Just a regular old 9 to 5 is what I'm talking about.
But like but the thing is like, do I love my 9 to 5? No.
But do you hate it? No.
I don't hate it. No.
Yeah.
Because I love what I do. I don't particularly care for like the industry that I'm in.
Yeah.
But like my incentive to like work hard and try hard there is like my own like integrity, like my own self-confidence. And I really struggle with like,
we've talked about this.
yes, like
I'm the same way where it's like, okay, I'm bored, I need something else. Like, what's my next challenge?
yes,
yeah,
and like working hard in my 9 to 5 helps me in my freelance and helps me in my other jobs. And like I don't,
it's kind of like the same thing. Like if you're feeling lazy, go to the gym.
yeah,
like it's like you kind of have to like get over that bump, and then it's like
yes,
it helps you.
Well, and I think too, like everything relates. It doesn't have to be exactly the same thing, but it relates. So to me, it's like I credit that a lot to like playing sports growing up, but like so it was drilled in my head like, do not come here if you're not going to try hard.
Yeah.
Like you're wasting everybody's time. And so something about like, but
being the person that makes everybody else run more.
Hell no.
I could never. And your whole team is like, pro.
No, literally. I want to reward myself with like by buying things that I want because
it's
fun, but at the same time
that's
it's
your
like,
love language. I'm not being mean.
Is it my love language though?
Wait, can we talk about that? What is your love language to give? And I'm gonna let you finish. But I agree with what you're saying. Like you, like if not working hard and just making more money and keeping yourself busy, like what would you do? Like and that's why I don't like hate on you for spending money, is because you take advantage of living here and not having like a shit ton of responsibilities right now. Like there are people that live at home, no hate.
No, do what you need,
that
but do.
That come home and just do nothing. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're doing a lot and you deserve, like you're always doing a lot. You are.
Yeah.
And so I think you deserve to spoil yourself. And one day the circumstances will change where you have bills and then you'll treat yourself in other ways.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of how it goes.
Okay, I'm feeling a little bit better. But let's pivot though to love languages.
Love languages.
This is interesting.
Okay. So you have one that you give and you have one that you receive. Don't tell me yours and I won't tell you mine. Let's guess.
Well, let me tell you though. I know. So I think it's acts of service, gift giving, touch, quality time, and what's the fifth one? Words of affirmation.
Right.
So you have one that you give and one that you receive.
Allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing yours. Yours
for receive. Oh, go ahead.
Yours to receive versus yours to give. Let's see. You're a tough cookie. Well, to give though, I feel like you would get. I'm finding it. I feel like you're kind of tough because you like your alone time, so quality time would be up there. Words of affirmation, I feel like you're good. Like everybody kind of likes that. Physical touch, I mean, like, big deal. I don't know. Receiving gifts, acts of service. So I feel like maybe you would like acts of service, and then you would like to give someone else to give to you. Maybe you would like acts of service, like people doing like nice things for you. And then I feel like maybe like receiving gifts is hard. Does that mean like yours could be like giving things to them, like giving gifts? How does that work?
No, if it's receive, it's like if I receive love that way, that means like if you get me a gift, I feel loved by you.
I feel like then your love language to someone else would be quality time.
Like I give quality,
like giving quality time, because that is like very precious to you. You don't just like waste your time on things that like you don't care about. So I feel like your love language to someone else would be like quality time. You're like, I'm spending time with you. But then I feel like from what I know about you, you would like acts of service. So it's like you can be around me, but like would you maybe like do things for me?
So my receive is words of affirmation.
Oh, word. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I need it. And that's why I'm saying it's hard for me to take that quiz, because yes, like your friends love you and like your family loves you, but I need a lot of like reassurance, because I'm always thinking that like, not that people are upset with me, but like just in like that phone call I just had, that like it was giving me anxiety them saying nothing.
Yeah. Like, just spit it out. Or, like, if you're mad, just say it. Like, just
Yeah.
tell me what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so mine receive definitely is words of affirmation.
Okay.
But my give, I don't really know. But the thing is, like, I don't like physical touch from, like, I don't need you to touch me.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that
Yeah.
if you touch me, I'd be like, don't touch me. But I would be like, I don't need
Yeah.
that.
So I'm saying, I feel like yours is quality time. I'm not.
No,
I'm
I think receive. Well, when I took the quiz, it is words of affirmation, but I think it'd be words of affirmation and quality time. That's why I low-key think I'd be a musician. Like, if homie was pouring his heart out to me,
I would feel so awkward. Like, if someone pulled a Nick Jonas Camp Rock to me.
don't like sing me a song in front of people. But if he was like,
I wouldn't know what to do. I would be like, can we just chill? I would sing a song to someone else, but singing a song to me, like, how, like, do you like my reaction? I'm sorry.
see, that's what Devin said. She was like, could not be with a musician because I don't want him to sing to me. And it's not that I don't.
Singing together, though.
It's not that I want him to sing to me. It's more of like someone who's good with their words and who can, like, really tell how they're feeling.
Yeah.
And then to me, that is, like, assuring to me because then I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, then I know what's going on.
Okay, but wait, what do you think mine are?
Okay,
Wait, what did you say yours was to give?
I think it's quality time.
Oh, word. Okay.
'Cause, like,
really, everyone's a little bit of everything, so I don't really get all of that, but
Okay, yours.
me.
I think your give is okay. I think your give
It's hard.
is acts of service, and I think your receive.
This is so much fun. I love when people talk about me.
I think your receive is words of affirmation.
Spot on, both of them. What makes you say acts of service to give?
Because that's like literally what you do, and that's why, like, we're always like, you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
For, like, that person. You're like, well, but and I'm like, I know, but then that person takes advantage of it. Like, you don't have to do these things for that person.
Yeah. I just think that, like, from my past, like, just, like, having authoritative parents, that I'm used to, like, doing things and then them being like, good job. And, like, feeling happy after I did good things. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like I do good things and I get good rewards. I'm trained like a dog.
But to me, though, like,
it's giving Pavlov.
but what's sad about it, though, is, like, that's not, like, really love, though. That's, like, you trying to feel your own insecurity inside of, like, that I want to feel like.
Yeah, no, let's get it all out. First episode of the podcast.
Sorry,
it's, you know what? It's good.
You can tell me if that's not true, but that, like, my observations, like, that's what it is. Like, and so that's why, like, that's why I think, like, giving love is so interesting because, like, we choose to give love based off of, like,
what we know and
our own reasons versus, like,
so it's selfish.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Versus, like, giving what whoever you're with or whatever the people around you need. Which
would you say then opposites attract? Because it's like, if you think about it, right?
I don't know. Because I think it's also like a compatibility thing. I think it's also like but at the same time, I think that it's like we choose to love. Like, there's a feeling, yes, but, like, that doesn't last forever. And so it's like, if whoever I'm with needs physical touch, it should be because I love them and I know that that's how they feel loved. I will do these things for them. Yeah,
which that's a hard one to give. If you think about, I guess any of them are. But to be like, I don't know.
But to me, but that's what I'm saying. I, like, this is coming from someone who, like, I don't know that side of myself and, like, that experience. So I don't know.
Right.
But in my head, it makes sense to me that, like, okay, I do love to, like, I love to give. I don't necessarily love to praise. I will say that. I don't think words of affirmation giving is my thing either. So it's interesting that that's what I, like, need. Yeah. Which also makes sense, though. For sure. Yeah. But so, like, I think if whoever I was with was like, I feel like I don't know what page you're on. Like, I don't, which I'll be honest, freaks me out. I think that would be, right here, I think I will be the person who a man says he loves me and I will not say it back. Thank you. No, like, quite, because that is so icky to me. Like, really? Yeah. But I also have an avoidant attachment style. So, like admitting how I feel and, like, all that stuff is very weird to me. What do you think my attachment style is? We already know it's anxious.
Are we sure though?
You told me that it's anxious.
I think mine is like mysterious.
Oh. I didn't know that was an option. Okay.
No, it's just like, but they're like, the studies are just now coming out, so like not a lot of people know of it yet. But yeah. That was supposed to be a joke.
But I think at the end of the day though,
It's
I think
definitely
that
anxious.
like I just don't think that like that's why like when me and Devin talk about it, I'm like, I don't want to meet my husband now because I don't think I'm in the place to like.
Let me ask you something then. Do you think it's possible to grow with someone? An
Oh, for
unbiased
sure.
opinion. Yeah.
I think that growing with someone, yes, but growing with someone doesn't mean like I'm still trying to figure out me.
Yeah.
And you're still trying to figure out you.
Yeah.
Like that's not. I think that we all need to have a general understanding of who we are, and that comes to people at different times.
But it also changes all throughout your life.
Yeah, but I think your core of who you are is.
I mean, yeah.
The same. I
Which,
think
would
that
you
like
think that you developed that at a very young age, though?
no.
Really?
Yeah.
Your core, like you're just what your personality is and what you experienced until age like 10 kind of just flows with you forever.
I think it flows with you forever, but I think you still change. Like I think
yeah,
that
but
like
not to your core.
I don't think that your core can be developed when you're 10 because you're a kid. Like you haven't.
I mean, yeah, I get what
Like
you're saying.
so to me, it's like of course you're gonna grow together because if I got married tomorrow. And I'm with him for 50 years, so I'm from 22 to 72. So much of I'll become a mom in that time.
Yeah.
I'll change jobs in that time. He'll become a dad in that time. He'll change jobs in that time. He might lose parents. I might lose parents. I might lose it. Like, there's so much in life that we'll go through, but it's like, to my core, what I know about my core is like, I value being a kind person. I value being a productive person. Like, these are things that I didn't know when I was 10. But it's like, someone else might value productive to me means making a lot of money, whereas productive to me might mean spending time with my kid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever that is. But to me, that's like your core of like
Which
where
could
you
also
feel
change throughout your life. Because once you become a mom, your values could change, and you're like, well, productive to me used to mean working extra hours as hard as I could, but now it's spending as much time as I can with my kids.
But I think that the core is the same, but how it shows is different. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, because like personally for me, would I love to marry a man who makes a lot of money? Yes, because you have the financial security. But personally, I don't think I could handle that lifestyle because I don't want my kids to grow up with like, oh, my dad misses things because he works. And some people can. And that, I don't think that one's bad or whatever. Like, I think that's just like in my core, like that wouldn't sit well with me. Mm-hmm. So that I already know. But I didn't know that 5 years ago, but I know it now, having a little bit more perspective on the world. Now, life things might change where it's like, maybe I do marry a musician one day. And
keep it coming with this one.
We're struggling, but like, that's a crazy example, but it's like maybe we're struggling with something at one point, and then I'm like, okay, well, when we have kids, things have to change because I'm not going to worry about if we're going to feed them or not. So if I have to see you less.
That's exactly what Devin said, that he'll end up resenting you because you're like, baby, the band's not thriving.
But that,
go be an accountant.
But that is where you marry someone though who has the same core values of like, I do want to marry someone who values their passion because I do. Mm-hmm. But that might change.
We got to put food on the table.
Yeah, for a period of time or whatever it is. But it's like if your value is always, maybe he was like, I never wanted kids. Like I don't particularly care that much about that. Like that to me is like, that's not we grow together.
You don't think there's circumstances where it's like you thought you never wanted kids and you're 25 and you meet someone who makes you want kids. Something just changes.
For sure, but I wouldn't marry someone like that.
What do you mean?
I'm not. For me,
because before you even met them, they didn't ever think they did, and then you guys met and started dating, and it changed, and you never even knew that they didn't want them. They just changed in their head.
I probably wouldn't ever seriously date somebody who felt that way because, in my opinion, I think that your core of who you are is who you are. And so to me, it's like, I don't want to have kids with you because you changed your mind for this 2-3 year period of your life because you wanted me or whatever it is. And then maybe you resent me. Maybe you don't. Maybe you resent the kids. Maybe you don't. I don't know. To me, though, if I met a guy and he was flat out like, hell no, I don't want them.
Then it wouldn't progress.
I kind of don't think I would because I'm not. Same thing with like if I met someone and he was like, my job is my thing.
Yeah.
Like that is number one to me. I wouldn't be like, you're so horrible. Like, how could you? To me, it would just be like, we just prioritize different things. And in our cores, we want different things.
Yeah.
And so that to me is where it's like, yes, you grow together in the sense of like, at your core, do I like who you are? And at my core, do you like who I am? And are we going to help each other grow to be better?
Yeah. So, like, personality and morals.
I think.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't.
No.
I'm not the knower of all, but
Me
I
neither.
think that, like, money comes and goes. Like, jobs come and go. Houses come and go. Cars come and go. All of those, to me, all of those things come and go. So it's like at the end of the day. Looks come and go. Like, all of those things. Like, you know, so at the end of the day, it's like when we say we're going to grow together, like, what is your work ethic like? What are your values like? What are your priorities like? That's how we're going to grow, in my opinion. I think that's
a good
different.
business partner.
Yeah.
It's like whether you need someone that's just like you or whether you need someone like me. I'm very fiery. Maybe I meet someone who can like bring me down to earth sometimes. And then it's like being able to navigate situations and it's like a figure of speech. It's like, oh, like we're business partners. But it's like I don't know, I guess it's like a metaphor. Like your relationship as a company and like let's run it to the best that we can. Not in like the way of like you're my
like
business
like
partner.
What are your strengths? What are my strengths? And let's work together. Do we even
each other out? Are
yes.
we gonna
So it's like maybe I am this way. I'm a little bit more avoidant. I'm a little bit more emotionally distant. Mm-hmm. Do I want somebody who's more emotionally there? Yeah. But I want him to look at me one day and be like, I cannot be that sole thing for you.
Right.
For whatever reason you're that way, and I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay to be like, I hurt for you because I love you and I care about you, and I hurt for you in that way too, but I can't fix that for you.
There's a lot that goes into it, that's for sure. I don't know how people do thruples, man.
Too many damn personalities.
There's too many people in that relationship. Not to get off topic, but thruples? How do y'all do it?
I don't know. That I don't know.
Because
I can only balance one. And
that's
the thing.
That's two different love languages you got to keep up with.
For sure.
And if they're both physical touch.
God, I only got two hands.
I think it's some feet in there, but
yeah,
I don't know if it's going to go well.
Well, and then the crazy thing too, though, kind of what I was saying is like, because then I have my issues. He'd have his. And then when you have kids, and then now you're like,
now they have your issues too.
Damn,
both of them. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm gonna get karma for how I was when I was a teenager.
But and then your husband,
and I wasn't bad, but I had a smart mouth, man.
Mm-hmm.
And thinking back on some of the stuff I said to my parents. You know, they say when you ask God for patience, he doesn't just give it to you. He tests it.
Uh-huh. He says, well, let me give you a situation to be patient.
That's going to be a final exam, babe. That's going to be a semester GPA worthy.
No, I agree. I think I'll have to go through that too. But I think it'll be interesting to... That's why, like, marriage to me is so exciting. Because, like, I pray to God I don't have to do that alone.
Yeah.
You know? And, like, I married someone who loves me. So if I have a daughter who's just like me, hopefully he'll be like... Oh, baby, I worked with your mom. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
So, your credit card has a limit.
And you can't max it out.
Let's KiKi about it.
Okay?
Yeah.
Same thing. This is the same booklet I gave your mother
this
25 years ago.
$25 gift card. Which means you can really spend about $20 on a product.
Find $25 only.
But, like, I get what you're saying where it's, like, at your core, like, you have these values of how you want to treat people, how you want to be treated, things that are very important to you, things that are not.
Mm-hmm.
And they can kind of change, but I don't know. I just like when we talk. This is one of the other reasons that we decided to make a podcast, because we're so similar, but we're so different. And it's fun to just like sit and like pick at each other's brains and be like, well, honestly, like, Sky, I think what you did was kind of stupid, but like it was funny and I learned to never do that. And then I'll be like, well, you know what, Alex, that was kind of mean. Well, but let's go to Taco Casa afterwards, and then we're good. Well, this was a good first sesh. I feel good. And I can't wait for what we talk about next week. So, with that being said, thanks for kikiing with us, everybody.
Ending on a little deep note. Yeah.
It's fine.
Well, thanks so much for listening. And we'll be back next week.
See ya.